Start recording. Hi, welcome to Salt City Sumo. I'm your host for tonight, Goose. I had an intro. Hang on. There we go. Love that little gremlin. What's he even protecting?
I cannot wait to watch this back because you're not streaming anything to me. So all I'm seeing is you laughing at whatever you're showing.
Fair enough. All right. I'm Goose. With me, as always, is JJ, and this is the banzuke review. We are back on a fresh channel after what is legally considered a kerfuffle, and we're back and ready to get on the mo with you. Live from the Kokugi women's bathroom, as you can see with Siggy above me. We got the banzuke for the Natsu? Tokyo? Yeah, Natsu banzuke.
Yes.
I've already ruined everything. And we have made predictions about it as well. You would have seen that on the day 14 stream where we made very wildly inaccurate predictions with not enough information, but it's still a good time nonetheless, and we're ready to get into that. Crying all the banzuke. JJ, how are you?
Oh, I am doing absolutely lovely, Goose. It's good to be back and talking the mo with you.
Always good to get on the mo. And it's a pretty exciting banzuke right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of very impressive names kind of crawling up the rankings. Starting off, nothing but sadness, actually. It's Surigisho. How do you feel about him? Not exactly where you want to see him, is it?
Man, I was such a big fan. He won me over in such a big way the last couple of tournaments that immediately afterwards him getting banished to the Shadow Realm is so sad. I'm so sad about this.
It is a little heartbreaking. And we don't even know if he's coming back today. But
No.
we can only hope. So his knee's still broken. No one knows if he's coming back, if he's alive or not. We're really hoping for the best. Who did we have at M17? It's Surigisho. We're 1 from 1. Actually, this is unprofessional of me. There's a bit of a blank space over here. Should we fill it with something?
Yeah, sure. Again, I can't see what you're doing, so
Right.
I've
Well,
only got full trust in you.
There's a black rectangle taking up maybe a quarter of the screen. What do you reckon I should put in it?
Ooh, I reckon you should follow your gut.
Rashamon
Put
from
whatever,
1950. Got it.
Perfect. Yo, I'm down. I can't wait to watch this back.
Let's mute that real quick, because that's probably coming in beaming. Alright, sweet. There you go. You can watch Silent Rashamon real quick.
It'd be so good.
Flip that real quick for the copyright censors.
I was just gonna bring those up.
If any of you can read backwards Japanese, well done. Up next, Tomokaze, and welcome back, Takara Fuji. How do you feel about them two?
Well, I like Takara Fuji. I enjoy his stalwart brand of sumo. He's a pretty sumo style sumo, you know what I mean?
He is the perfect looking sumo, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brief jaunt down at Juryo 1, picked up an 8-7, and now he's back at the bottom of top division. 8-7 at Juryo, how do you feel about his performance right now?
Look, man, he's in the same exact spot as Aoyama is at the bottom of Juryo. I hope that he can hang a little bit longer, maybe get an 8-7 again. But honestly, he's an old guy in a sport that takes a toll, and it wouldn't be wrong to say that his performance has been lagging as of late.
We've had a few old guys taking a bit of a toll, haven't we? So, a little bit heartbreaking nonetheless. But, again, wishing for the best while not always expecting it. Just like Tomokaze, who a 9-6 back at Juryo 3's graced top division just by the hair of his chinny chin chin. He looks like he's even worse than Takara Fuji condition-wise, so... the old folks' home, doors wide open, so Happy to see a Kachikoshi. Not really holding my breath for it though. Feel about
Yeah.
the same. And who did we have at M16? Oh, we got it again. It's Tomokaze and Takara Fuji.
Bro,
Man, we're on fire.
we're so good.
At M15, welcome to Top Division, Toka Hayate. Do you have anything to say about this guy?
I know nothing about Toki Hayate. I
Let's take
know
a look.
literally nothing.
Tokyo University of Agriculture. I don't know if they're known for their sumo.
No idea.
Heya, Tokitsukaze. I probably should
I
know
know
what that
them.
means.
I don't know who he's with, but I know them.
7-0 Yusho in Jonidan. 7-0 Yusho in Top Division after he got kicked out of Juryo with a 6-9. So he's been struggling, but he's been doing okay. He went 8-7, 8-7. Juryo 11, Juryo 8. Goes to Juryo 6, 10-5. Gets to Juryo 1, goes 8-7. So he has gone positive for almost an entire year now. But those aren't exactly game-winning numbers. That 10-5 is pretty delicious. But it's a whole new game up in Top Division, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? You do see that every once in a while with guys like Gononyama or even Roga, who just had a slow, steady rise out of the lower divisions into top division, which is where they struggle, to be fair. But
I forget that about Gononyama. It did take him a while to get out of there, didn't it? Like guys
yeah,
like Wakamoto Haru as well.
yeah. So, I mean, who's to say he's been performing consistently at the very least since he's gotten back up into Juryo? So, I'm hopeful. I think just looking from this, we're in for some interesting sumo from
Could
this
be a
guy.
good time. And Roga, everyone's favorite new salaryman. The new Mr. M10 himself, who will be stuck at the bottom half of Top Division his entire career, and I couldn't be happier to see it.
Yep.
He is just too short of the big kids table. But
Yeah. Just for now.
it's a pretty good place to be. Look, we like Roga. He's been doing well. He's coming off a 7-8 at M15. Not terrible. So, yeah, hoping he picks it up and learns more, adapts more. Who did we have at M15? Oh, crushed it, dude. We had Toka Hayate
Are
and
you
Roga.
serious?
The one time we look at Juryo
Bro.
to see some of these debutantes, and it easily gets it done.
Easy, bro. I can't believe it though.
M14.
You know, I was
Yeah.
convinced that that Roga would be on the other side and Toki Hayate would be on the
Yeah,
west.
I had to pull you through and show you the way, though, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, at M14, I would like to make fun of the entirety of the Domination League in our Discord real quick, because no one picked Ryuden at M14.
True. That's a sleeper pick for sure.
I
That is
was-
at least
I was
7 wins.
holding my tongue like you wouldn't believe. You want to hear some numbers?
Yeah.
M12, 11-4 John Yusho. M10, M15, 10-5. M10, 3 Basho later, 10-5. Ryuden's dangerous at the lower half, man.
He is certainly a gatekeeper to the double digits of top division.
There's a former Komusubi sitting down here at M14, and no one picked him.
Yep.
It is your fault that 10 free wins did not come your way.
Hey, I've got, we'll get to it. We'll get
But-
to my picks when we get to them.
No, Ryuden can be a powerhouse. There's
Definitely.
some Juryo debutants for him to step over on his way up the top. Should be a pretty interesting basho for him.
I think his ability to pull out reserves in the tank that other wrestlers don't will be a serious problem for these Juryo guys. Just not used to somebody being able to go 100% and then an extra 20%. I think it's going to be a problem for them.
I'm looking at some fascinating numbers on this next guy.
Yep.
So welcome to Top Division Oshoma. Looks like he was a bit of a university legend coming to Nippon Sports Science University, the #1 sumo university. Debuted at MS-15 in 3rd Division and went 4-3. Didn't exactly set the world on fire, but he stayed there for a while and did pick up a 7-0 Yusho eventually. Now here's something fascinating. 2023, on the 3rd, Juryo 4 goes 8-7. Gets put up to Juryo East. Goes 7-8. Gets put down to Juryo... Stays at Juryo 4 East. Goes 7-8. Stays at Juryo 4 East. Goes 8-7. Gets put up to Juryo 3 West. This man is the king of Juryo 4. I do not understand what that means. I don't want to understand what that means. But this guy's a bit of a high school legend. He comes out of Naruto Bayo, which I've definitely got this wrong, is where Hosharyu comes from?
No.
Roga comes from?
No.
Can you just
I
say
think
yes?
this is.
Can you just...
No, I think Oshoma is the highest ranked wrestler in Naruto Bayo right now. I could be
Naruto Bayo.
wrong, but I think that's the case.
I've definitely heard the name before.
Yes,
Just can't
and you
remember
might
where
have heard of
I've heard it
Oshoma before because quite recently he was the focus of another bullying scandal.
Right.
The one before Hokuseiho.
Oh, I forgot to mention, he went to Juryo 5 and went 8-7, got put down at Juryo 4 West. He has spent 5 basho at Juryo 4. And then picks up an 11-4 and now he's in Top Division. That's probably where I've heard the name from. Someone to keep your eyes on. Again, welcome to Top Division. It's a whole new game. There's some people who've been here for a while. Ryuden's here, ready to pick up some easy wins if you're not ready. But I'm excited to see Oshoma.
I'm definitely excited to see the opening match between the two of these guys.
Oh, yeah. Which will not happen because Terunofuji will pull out and it'll slant the whole thing, and I will never get my goddamn M15 versus M15 on the first day ever. Who did we have at M14, though? Oh, we fucking snagged it with Ryuden and Oshoma.
Dude.
That is choice. We did this on day 14 as well.
Can you believe it?
At M13, at a career high rank, it's Mitoryu versus Churnaumi. This is where my memory starts to fade on who these gentlemen are. There's a lot of umis between M7 and M14 where I'm just kind of trying to put on a show, really.
Mitoryu, well, Choranumi is one of those dudes that was supposedly one of the next big four. He kind of snuck in with Shonanumi, Gonoyama.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know how to bring that up without embarrassing you. It's like, you're thinking of Shonanumi, aren't you? Oh wait, I'm the fool.
I'm pretty sure the both of them came up together because Choranumi is quite new.
Yeah.
Mitoryu, on the other hand, isn't really. He's a career Juryo guy, been around for quite a while. Hasn't ever really landed an amazing time in the top division.
No, he has twice gone 12-3 Juryo Yusho.
Yes. Yeah.
Career
Juryo guy.
Hang on, what was happening in this 2021? He goes 12-3 Yusho at Juryo 6, gets put up to Juryo 1. What happened? I need to figure this out. What did the banzuke look like? What do we got? Mitoryu. Above him was a 10-5, a 4-11, a 5-10, a 3-12, a 5-2-8, a 7-8, a 7-7-1, an 8-7, a 5-10, and a 10-5. Only 2 people went positive. Above him. What happened? Who does he owe money to? He got scammed like I've never seen.
That's crazy, bro.
Anyway, punished veteran Mitoryu should have been in top division a while ago. He's finally back after a full year of sitting out. He's finally back and sitting off at 12-3 Yusho. The Juryo Yusho is a Jun Yusho minimum as far as I can tell, except for that one time where he didn't get it because he didn't get to top division. So I'm expecting 10 wins off of him. Minimum, probably maximum as well.
I I definitely think that he's going to perform well against the other Jurio guys he's fought against before. That's for sure. Um, I don't quite think he's good enough to hang, but we'll see.
Alright, two wildly different opinions. It's a double thumbs up from me, though. So, and Shirin Umi, like you were saying, struggled in Jurio for a while, and now he's been sitting at the bottom half of, bottom third, really, of top division, going 9-6, 7-8, 7-8. Will much change? Hard to say. This is his third tournament at M13, so it's one of these guys I don't really have a lot to say about, honestly.
Yeah,
One of these absolute killers that will be forgotten. It soon will be like that.
I do. Who do we get?
Oh, dude, we had Mitoryu and Chernoumi?
For real?
Easy. We did this shit on day 14. How's the rest of the guest of
Bro.
banzuke going? Oh, we should submit our shit, man. Coming
Yeah,
out for the
man,
title
for
next
sure.
year.
Well, hey, we're gonna keep track of it from now on for sure.
Oh, easy.
Uh,
M12, it's Ichi Yamamoto and Nishiki Fuji. Do you like Ichi Yamamoto? Let me just get it right out of the way.
yes.
You
Yes,
do?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, I really, really do.
He
I
is-
really like Ichi
He is
Yamamoto.
fun to watch.
I like him a lot.
He's not as good as Abi, and he does Abi's style. And when he hits people that he can't move back, watching his feet skedaddle is very entertaining.
He's very fun. He's very fun to watch.
The main thing I remember from him is watching him miss 7 slapdowns in a row as he basically orbited the doyo and then lost anyway, going for an 8th
Yeah.
slapdown.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a king. He's my king.
Legend.
Absolutely fantastic.
Everyone can
Unironically,
lose a match of sumo. Takes a lot of skill to lose that entertainingly.
agreed.
That's why we love Vera. I'm not criticizing him at all.
True.
Hoping for the best. He hasn't really performed too well in top division, but looking at his numbers here, he does seem to be doing better than he has in a while.
He did have the Junyu show.
He did have the Junyu show. Correct. At M14, he went 11-4. So maybe I'm talking out my ass. And that was after the Jurio U show. My maths is absolute.
Mm-hmm. I really do think that I mean, he's not young, but I think of him as a younger guy. I think he can definitely season and get up into the maybe not the joy, but I think he can get up there.
Yeah, that sounds like a far stretch. I believe, but I don't know that I believe. Oh my god, what is happening? Why can't I fix this? Hell!
I definitely think he can bust through the M10.
Something's not right. It's completely on the production side, so you got no idea what's going on. Alright, we're good. Everything's fine. Nishiki Fuji. Is he one of these guys who's on his way out?
No, newer kid. Isagahama.
27. Fuji. Makes sense. 27, highest M3, sitting down here at M14. Got out of Jurio 2 basho ago.
He's been up in top division a few times before Jurio.
312, 510, 510, 69, Jurio 10-5, and then an 8-7 at M14.
Yeah. Definitely a Jurio
you know
like stopgap.
I reckon he's due.
Yeah.
He was in top division for nearly 2 years before that, though, so definitely some staying power on this kid. Oh, look at that. Jurio, you show at 11-4, and then a Kanto show with a 10-5. 3 of those were Fusens. We're going to ignore it. We're going to put that one in the maybe pile. So, Nishiki Fuji at M12. Of his last 4, I don't expect too much from him. Ichi Yamamoto at M12. Potential Junyu show? Hard to say.
Honestly, I'm thinking at best probably 9-6, 8-7. He struggles a lot. As much as I like him. Yeah, I think so. I think a 7 is the minimum to expect from him.
And at M12, oh boy, we had Ichi Yamamoto and Nishiki Fuji. We are crushing this. We are 100% right now. Who else is sitting on these numbers? Not even Spiffy.
Nobody. Nobody.
At M11, it's another Umi. Sada no Umi and Hokuto Fuji. Hokuto
Two
Fuji is
veterans.
the one Fuji not from Isagahama, right? I'm thinking of Takara Fuji.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hokuto Fuji is from Hakakubeya.
got it. Damn, he's good. I need to be that good. I do this professionally. No, I don't. Hokuto Fuji coming off a 6'9". I'm thinking of Takara Fuji. At M9, nothing you don't expect from him. Sometimes he wins,
Yep.
sometimes he loses. Picked up a 12-3 last year at M9 as well, so really just depends on how everyone else is doing that bar show more than he does.
Yep.
Happy to see him in
You
M11.
can. Yep. You can expect him to do his style of sumo.
Yeah, he's gonna get some wins.
Yep. Absolutely. He's gonna blast. Definitely, I think he's got the power to get over Ichi Yamamoto and Nishiki Fuji.
I can't see him ever getting less than 5 in a bar show.
No, for real. Yeah.
Like, he's not always gonna do well, but he's still gonna pick up wins.
Yeah.
So always happy to have him around. Sada no Umi though, I don't know. It's just one of the Umis. These guys
Veteran, older dude. I think he's the second oldest dude after Tamawashi.
at
Um,
36, yeah, he's getting up there.
yeah.
Aoyama's 37, but he's in Juryo, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, he's not even a person anymore.
Looking at them numbers, back from 2022, 7'8", 9'6", 8'7", 6'9", 6'9", 7'8", 5'10", 8'7", 8'7", 6'9", 8'7".
That's his whole career.
Sada no Umi, the best fourth pick in Domination League, you think?
You know what? True. He's as good a pick if you're running low on guys as Aoyama used to be, I
Yeah.
think.
All the hot shots are picked. No one remembers Sada no Umi. Yoink, give me them 7 minimum.
Yeah.
Alright, and he was sitting around the M10 plus, now he's sitting around M10 minus at M11. 8-7. Not expecting a lot from
Could
him,
be.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's M11. There's not a lot to say about it. It's not where anyone wants to be, but it's where a lot of people end up, you know.
Yeah.
And oh,
Yep.
baby.
No
We,
way.
we had Sada no Umi and Hokuto Fuji. We're going for it. I'm
Bro.
going for this whole thing.
We are gonna get it, my guy. The whole thing. I'm with you.
At
What's
M10,
next?
it's
M10.
another Umi in Shononumi
Yep.
and Kimbozan. Shononumi back to where he was from a few bar show ago, probably where he's going to stay for a while until he really levels up his game. I say that, he's never been an M10 in his life. What was I thinking about? Yeah, M14, M5, M6, M6, M12. So probably sitting in his new home of M10, I reckon. He'll float up
I
like
think
a
so.
5 above and below for a while. He was one of 5 next big things before the nextest biggestest thing came along in the name of Takara Fuji, and now everyone's forgotten about him. 9-6 at M12 goes to M10, still pretty much the same competition. Went 4-11 at M6. He's no one's favorite.
Nope.
It's Shononumi.
Definitely not. No. I think he's in the same boat. Like, yeah, no, I think this guy is absolutely gonna hover around the middle of top division for his career. Maybe he'll pop off every once in a while. I could see him doing that. Um,
Yeah, it's like
but
a potential 11-4 with a
yeah,
Kimboshi somewhere in his
yeah,
future.
something like that.
Jun Yusha, everyone will go like, oh, maybe this guy will have something there. But otherwise, just kind of happy to see him around. Not exactly someone I hate. No, not got anything against him. Always kind of interested to get him on the mo. Always kind of interesting to have him verse people, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, he's definitely a fun guy This is a weird way to put it, but you have your favorite wrestlers, and you have matches that you like them to have. And I think Churanumi is one of those guys that you're like, oh, I hope Abby, not Abby, but Uda fights Shonanumi or something.
Right, yeah. Guaranteed entertainment.
Hmm.
Kim Bozan, on the other hand, also guaranteed entertainment. One of the most fascinatingly shaped round men I've ever seen.
Big guy too, big boy.
I learned this from Corey. Speaks perfect English.
What?
If you want to know one of the strangest situations you can catch yourself in, imagine yourself backstage in the changing room at the Coca-Con. All your heroes from TV there, like, oh, Corey, Dallas Sumo des. Oh, hi, all that kind of, everyone, like, communication is absolutely struggling. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, hey guys, how's it going? Huh? It's just Kim Bozan. Yeah, how'd you guys get back here? Do you know someone? It's like, what?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He just speaks
That's
perfect
fantastic.
English.
What the
And
fuck?
like for the first time their entire trip, they're just having a chat with someone in English, and it was just so weird.
Yeah, that I gotta say, the dude from Kazakhstan is probably the least of the dudes I'd think of that could speak perfect
I know,
English. I'll be
right?
honest with you.
Anyway, it's Kim Bozan.
I
Everyone
like him.
likes him. He's a fascinatingly shaped weird man. He puts on good sumo. Hopefully he's recovered from last time. He got a little hurt in the neck or the skull. It was kind of hard to tell, really. But wishing for the best. Always want to see him better. He's kind of an M5 guy in my eyes. But M5 is looking a little crowded these days, actually.
Dude.
So, definitely expecting Kim Bozan to put on a better show than Shonanumi. Probably an M10, I reckon. Feel the same way. M10, 10 wins, I mean.
Provided he's not still dealing with the injury he's got.
Ain't that always the case?
Fuck, dude, for real.
We've been saying that about Teruno Fuji for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But-
at M10, we had Shonanumi and Kim Bozan.
No way. Dude,
But-
are you for real?
Very excited to get on the mo with these boys. All right.
What's up?
Speaking of
next?
veterans, it's Tamawashi and Shodai. M9. Former
Weird
Ozeki.
M9.
I know, right? I mean, Tamawashi, you can kind of see him anywhere on the banzuke and be like, oh, yeah. After that one, like,
Yep.
12 and 3, like, you just kind of expect him to float anywhere. But M9's still
real.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, are you recovering
No,
from
it's-
something? Did you fall from somewhere? What's happening?
Yeah, it seems like one of those transition ranks for Tamawashi, where he's in either, like, right in between either a hot or a cold run, you know?
And look, he's really just there to be there at this point, which is completely acceptable. He's going for that career high record of most ever matches in a row, which is entirely possible. I
I
believe.
mean, it's less than a year now. He needs less than a year.
Shodai's the interesting one, though.
Yep.
M9 Shodai. When he fell out of Ozeki, he said, it's good now. I can do good sumo because I don't feel there's the expectation on me anymore. And then he goes 11 and 4 at M4. All right. 8-7 and
Yep.
M10. That was the last bar show. How do you predict this? He was an Ozeki.
Man, exactly. And it all depends on whether or not in this particular month he's fallen in love with sumo. Which
then,
is
it's
a
a match-to-match
match-by-match
basis.
thing for him.
Yeah, I said exactly the same thing as you did. It's just every day. Sometimes he's just not there.
So Shodai is just one
Sometimes
of those
it's
guys
like, I
who...
didn't put deodorant on this morning. Fuck it, I'll go home early. Steps backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, anime day. Gotta get home on time. Just doesn't
He's-
care sometimes.
But then he's got the potential to pop off and go 13 and 2. Well, I don't know if he's ever
He
gone
got a
13
Kimboshi
and 2.
2-bar show ago.
Yeah, yeah.
He beat
But
Teruno Fuji and then lost the next 8 in a row. What does that mean?
Man, look at who else beat Teruno Fuji in the last couple of tournaments.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. How did Terry do that day? Oh wait, no, that's the one where he went 13-2.
Oh shit!
The only other person was Wakamoto Haru somehow.
Man, okay, Shodai, yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. He could potentially go, 12-3, or equally as bad for some reason at M9, he could go 5-10. I don't know. It could happen.
Tamawashi hoping he gets 7 minimum, just stays alive in top division. Wouldn't be upset if he got the most ever matches in 4th division either. In fact, it'd probably be better for his career just to clown on the kids like that. And
Well, I mean, that's the
Shodai,
thing too. Even if he starts to
Jesus.
go on a spiral, other old dudes have done that and then still stuck in Jurio for a year.
Just dawned on me that Shodai is Shadow Era. He's just unpredictable, completely annoying, but just like the absolute opposite somehow. They're two sides of the same coin.
My
Moving on
world
from that,
has
because the more we
is
think
never
about
going to
it,
be
the
the
more
same.
yeah, the more we think about that, the worse it gets. And you're not gonna believe it. We picked Tamawashi and Shodai for M9. Easy money, baby.
Champions. We're champions against the banzuke.
At M8, it's Takanosho and Kota Shoho. I don't know who Kota Shoho is.
He's a he's a dude that's been like an M15 to M17 wrestler for like 3 years. He fell down out of top division. I think he got a U show and then came back, got a junior
Yeah,
show.
2020 M15 to M12 to M5 to M3, breaks his
Yep.
leg, goes 1-6-8 at M11, off a 2-13 at M3, despite going nothing but positive. What happened there? And then just dawdled in Jurio, came back for a bit, came back for 2 years actually, and then dropped down to Jurio. 12-3 U show.
Yep.
We're not going to talk about what happened next because my theory doesn't work.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
no,
was the bad
he's
one.
8-7 at M9.
Yep.
There's no photo
I
of him on Sumo DB, so I don't know what.
he looks almost he looks like he could be the younger brother
Oh,
of
this guy.
Kotonowaka. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the light blue belt. I recognize him now.
Yeah. He's been around forever. I definitely, when I think of him, don't think of him as being M8. So I'm gonna be interested to see how he does. I hope he does well. That'd be fun.
Takanosho, on the other hand, I don't know what to make of this kid anymore. So,
You know,
spent 4
veteran.
bar shows as a Sekiwake.
Yep.
Came back for it back in 2022, and then it's just kind of been around. Picked up a Kimboshi when Teru handed out, I think, 3 of them in the one bar show. Let's take a look at that. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yep.
That's one Teru dropped out. Yeah, 258. Not handed out 2 Kimboshi and Fusen the third one, which I guess counts. I've never really looked at it.
I don't think it's marked as a Kinboshi. I think it's just marked as a Fusen.
Yeah, unlucky. So, Takanosho, 8-7, 6-9, 5-6-4, 10-5, 5-10. Back down at M8, 8-7.
He's definitely a middle Maegashira dude. I could see him going either or here. Definitely minimum 5, more than likely minimum 6-9. But I'd lean towards 8-7 more than anything else, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Haven't really expected him to pop off ever, now that I think about it. So,
You know.
M10 plus forever kind of guy.
Yep. Consistently
is-
good enough to be here, but never in contention, I don't think.
Which is what we had for our M8. It's Takanosho and Kota Shoho, baby. We're crushing this. Easy. At M7, this is an interesting one. Nishikigi
If by that you
and
mean
Takayumi.
sad.
Sad? Yeah, a little bit. Did you see that one photo where they brought out the whole Sanyaku for a promotional thing, like a week before the banzuke get posted? And it's like,
No.
here's Hosharyu, here's Takakeisho, here's Kirishima, and just like in the corner, it's like, and here's Nishikigi. It's like just absorbing it while he can. Went three
Hey,
and 12, lost 10 in a 11 in a row. He's just like, yeah, I guess the banzuke is not out, so I'm still here. That was great.
well, you know what, man? I mean, he deserves it. Nobody really ever expected Nishikigi to pop off the way that he did and then make it up into Komusubi in the first place. That was wild.
Mm.
And he's kind of won me over in the same way that Tsurugisho did, in that, like, I'll just always root for Nishikigi now.
Yeah, my avocado shaped hero is a fantastic bit of Rikshi, and sometimes he just has a hot streak, man, and it's beautiful. At M7, likely 9 wins.
Could be.
Should do well. We'll have to really put the effort in to do really well. Putting on Rashamon was a mistake, by the way. There's a fantastic sword fight going on that I'm just going to have to ignore because I haven't actually seen the movie yet.
What
Um,
are you doing?
and it's
What the fuck?
Mitake Yume at M7. Is it heartbreaking? Or is it what you expect by now? He went 9
See,
6 at M10.
I got into sumo like just before you did, I think. In the time where Mitake Yumi was like the next big hype. And then immediately
I'm
I
looking at
was
that 13-2 right now.
yeah. And then it went the way that it did. I don't know what's up with Mitake Yumi. I want him to get back up into the top, like Sanyaku. That would be dope as hell. He's one of the best Sekiwake that has ever been a Sekiwake. He's not.
Mathematically, I think he is, yeah. Because I'm
Yeah,
looking Sekuake one for a while.
yeah. He's um, he's a beast, an absolute beast. Uh, and it is kind of sad to see him down at M7. I'd like to see him back up. I don't know if he can do it though. My guess right now, he'll probably do, I don't know, probably 8-7, maybe if he pops off 10-5. I don't know.
Yeah, looking at his recent numbers, 9-6, 8-7, 6-9, 9-6 at M7. It's not that much different from M10. There's not a lot of movement around him on the banzuke either. Guys like Kota Shoho, guys like Tamawashi, guys like Meisei. It's.
Yeah, it's just dudes
Uh,
that he's been fighting for years.
happy he's alive. How about that?
Yeah,
So yeah, but things are starting to get exciting now. Absolute talking point. Before that, we had Nishikigi and Mitake Yumi sitting on there, crushing it as usual.
man.
We are 100% right now.
Everybody should come to us.
Easy done. Easy done. All right, M6. A lot to talk about here.
Yeah.
It's the Undertaker. From M17 to M6, how do you feel about that?
It's a big jump. And I see that you want to say something.
I'm a little upset because when Terunofuji went 13-2 Yusho at M17, he got to go to M1.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
this
it's
exact same thing happened a while back.
yeah.
How do I find Tokusharu? What did he do, huh?
It doesn't really make sense. I heard that it was the lowest promotion for a Yusho winner ever.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't do any research into that, and I'm taking the Grand Sumo Breakdown boys at their word.
Tokusha Shoryu.
Um,
Hosharu?
either
Yeah, whatever.
way, either way, Takeru Fuji is not in a good place. He apparently hasn't even really been back to practice yet. His ankle is still totally messed up.
I've heard that.
I'm man,
I don't know how much I believe it.
I don't know.
Because
I
there's
don't
like,
know.
oh yeah, the press finally opened up on what is it, Isagahama Bear, and look at everyone training with Miyagano and Isagahama together, and oh no, our
And
Yusho winner, he can't train right now.
yep,
Ah, so that sounds like a
yeah,
great thing to tell the press.
I could see that.
Takashari,
I
we're
could
getting
see that,
closer.
especially if they want to limit the amount of footage that gets out of him in practice.
Takashari went from M17 with a 14-1 to M2. He got less of a
That's crazy.
promotion than a 13-2 Yusho. Holy shit, he Kimbo-shi'd the next Basha after that Yusho.
Really?
He beat Kakuryu.
Damn.
That's actually really
What?
fucking crazy. So, 14-1 Yusho crushes it. Next Basho loses the first 5 in a row, but then beats Kakuryu. It's like, hang on. Well.
That's how people must have felt when they were watching Teruno Fuji get Kimbo Sheet last Basho
Yeah.
before he pulled out. I'm pretty sure that's just the same
This is
feeling.
always a fun little fact for sumo trivia. Who's the one person that beat Takashiryu when it's 14-1? Kaisei at
What?
M16, who finished the tournament 8-7.
Weird.
The only
You know, I'm
man who
not.
could crush Takashiryu was Kaisei.
I mean, you say that. Kaisei was a Sekiwake.
Was. My vision of him is permanently tainted, you know this. Because when I started watching, all I was told is that he's one of the absolute big dogs. He was a Sekiwake, and I watched him lose for 2 years and retire in third division. I never saw it. I have no idea what people are going on about.
I saw like one Basho where he did well, and I was like, "Oh, Kaisei."
Fair enough. Undertaker at M6, underpromoted. I'm upset. Possibly hiding the injury. I think he's going to be fine because he did absolutely big dog. Who was it? Someone.
Big dog, basically everybody.
He did come back and big dog Gonoyama on the last day. So
Right.
I don't think the injury is that big of a problem. I also don't know what I'm talking about. And now for the Midori Fuji chat. Midori Fuji at M6. I like Midori Fuji. Do you like Midori
Me
Fuji?
too.
Does it make sense?
I
He's
like him
M6?
so much. I like it so much that that's why I picked him
Absolutely.
for Domination League. M6 Midori Fuji is a steal. He's consistently up at M2, M1. He's absolutely a Joy wrestler. The fact that he's not fighting the Joy right now is a really good sign to me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
Easy
he
first
doesn't
5
have to
days.
fight exactly, and he doesn't have to fight the biggest threat in the top division right now, which is Takeru Fuji. They're from the same stable.
True. I thought we were going to have a fun little bit where it's like, I like Midori Fuji. Do you like Midori Fuji? Yes. Does it make sense as M6? Yes. Moving on. What's there to say? Oh, you love him. I forgot. You absolutely love him. Never mind. So that's a very fair point. Doesn't have to fight Takeru Fuji. Doesn't have to fight Atami Fuji. Um, and M6.
Doesn't have to fight
A little
Nishiki
bit out of
Fuji
the
as
yeah,
well.
good point. And a little bit out of the danger zone at M6. Fantastic. And of course, despite everything I just said about his ranking, you'll never guess it. We picked Takeru Fuji and Midori Fuji to be at M6. I somehow knew, and it upset me.
We let the ancestors guide us for this pick.
It's Onosho and Meisei at M5. Onosho,
This just kind of,
welcome back.
yeah, yep. This just makes sense to me. The two of these guys at this rank just makes sense to me.
Went 3-12 at M5, goes 10-5 at M14, goes 9-6 at M8. He's back where he should be. If you're looking at the banzuke, I'm seeing M3s, M1s, and a lot of M5s. In fact, I think he's been at M5 more than he has any other rank. Yeah, I'm seeing the number 5 a lot here, actually. Welcome home
Yep.
to M5.
Yep.
Where you'll either go 9-6 or 7-8. Or that 249 that I saw one time. That's neither here nor there. I like Onosho. He's great. He's strong, he's powerful, he's got a cannonball tachi. He's an absolute obstacle for a lot of the people trying to get into the Sanyaku.
Hmm?
He's kind of like Meisei and Onosho are the same wrestler, but Onosho is round and Meisei is spiky. Does that make sense?
I'm mad at how much that makes sense.
I'm kind of upset that that's where my brain went to as well. They're the same thing, but one's the round version, one's the spiky version. And I like Meisei
No,
too.
yeah, I mean, how you felt about Midori Fuji at M6 is how I feel about Meisei at M5.
Fair enough.
It just makes sense to me. Strong wrestler, he's gonna do well like at this point, I think.
He's picked up 2 Kimboshis this year, and by this year I mean within a year, because we are now 1 year apart from his last Kimboshi. So he picked up 2 Kimboshi within a year, which is very impressive.
Yeah, this just makes sense to me. You're muted, and I cannot hear you anymore. You are no. Microphone became poop.
We are on the news break slide, so I can fill it.
There we go.
We're good?
There you go. You got it. Yeah.
Alright, welcome back to Sumo. And because I swapped scenes, we are now going to watch Rashomon from the start.
I mean, you gotta give me some warning, man.
You know what?
I'm down. You're gone again. Stop doing stuff. Yeah, you're gone. I can't hear you, bro. Not getting a thing. What did you do? Nope. I don't know what's up, my guy. It was not me. I mean, I can hear you now, but it's because you're connecting to the other mic. Since you unplugged that one. Oh, there we go. There you are. There you are. Yeah.
We're back.
I think it's because you're fucking around with Rashomon.
I mean, Rashomon's been gone for a while.
Oh.
Alright. Let's close all that. And we're back.
Wonderful.
Wait. Meisei, Onosho, both these guys belong here. Both these guys capable of popping off and falling off from this rank. Pretty happy to have them. Which is why we predicted it. Easy money. This is too easy, buddy. This is just too easy.
We're cleaning up, bro.
At M4, it's Oho Ura. Does Oho stink? That's what I want to know.
Man, I don't know. Uh, if you asked me like 3 Basho ago, I would have said yeah. He's a bottom of the Maegashira ranker, rank and filer. He'll hang out there forever.
Pretty
Uh,
spot on. He was M12 3 bar show ago and only went 8-7.
Yeah.
And then he went
So-
from M11 to M13 off a 10-5 somehow. Just very confusing. And off a 7-8
So-
getting bumped back down one rank at M4. I don't expect him to do well.
I don't either. I don't really. I mean, he's the bottom of Joy. He's gonna be fighting all the strongest dudes. He's.
Let's
I
take a
don't
look
think
around
he's
him.
gonna-
Onosho, Meisei, Takeyasu, Tobizaru, Ura. He doesn't have favorable head-to-heads in any of those, does he?
I don't think so.
We be struggling on the Oho train, which is why I don't care. Oho stinks. I don't like him. He's not Taiho. I will now give you the unfathomable task of predicting how Ura does at M4.
Here's what I'm thinking. He's gonna win his first 2 wins. Gonna lose 6.
I was thinking 11.
He's gonna win just enough so that he's on 7-7 on the last day, and then he's gonna lose or win, depending on if he can hang in the air longer than his opponent.
He's
And
gonna
that's
lose
all I
to
have for you.
Suragisho on day 15, who's come back for one night only.
That's, you know what?
Dude, I don't know. It's Ura.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what, we're gonna have some fun. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you.
Former Komusubi Ura, he got his Mr. President rank.
And at M4, we had Ura and Oho.
Oh,
Very
bro.
easy one to predict after Ura's performance and Oho's performance. It just kind of falls in line, doesn't it?
Honestly, I'm just kind of glad that I was like, hey, we should put the guys that have 3 letters in their name next to each other. I'm glad that you listened to that.
You're an inspiration to me, truly. Takeyasu Tobizaru M3. Does this make sense to you?
I feel good about Tobizaru being here.
Makes sense. I agree.
He's made it to Komusubi 3 times last year. I don't see why that's gonna stop, other than Komusubi just being in a bit of a logjam with Asanayama, Onosato, Atamifuji, Daisho, all these dudes fighting for it. I see him at the very minimum getting 8 wins.
8. Yeah, I can see
I think
that.
so.
I believe. He's got a history of popping off at that rank. Not popping off, but keeping the ranks here. Has
Yeah.
done a 1 double digit in the last 4 years. So, very much belongs at this kind of 5 rank bracket, you know,
I agree.
between Komusubi and M4. It's pretty.
He's a
pretty
joy
standard.
wrestler for sure.
Takeyasu, on the other hand, he's coming off
It's
a pretty
exciting.
good win, isn't he?
It's exciting.
Yeah, 11-4 Junyu show, M8 to M3. Very much deserved. Very excited to have him back. He's looking in really strong form. Takeyasu puts off big dog numbers, man. If he sits to an end of a tournament,
do.
except for that one time at M7, like, look, 11-4, 12-3, 10-5, 10-5, 10-5, 11-4. Before that, 2 years ago at 12-3 Junyu show. He puts up big numbers if he can see at the end of a tournament, man.
Yeah.
He is not someone to sleep on. And at M3, I think he'll have a pretty comfortable time. Slowly crawling his way back to the top division. Injury really the only thing stopping him from being a Sekiwake right now.
Certainly, he's got. I mean, just if you just pay attention to the way that he moves, he's certainly not lacking in technique or ring sense or anything along those lines. It really does seem to be whether or not his injuries are affecting his power at any given day.
Very much so. And Tobizo, like we said, both men probably much belong here, expecting pretty exciting things from both of them. 10 wins minimum from Takayasu if he sees the end of the tournament. Which is why we had them both at M3. I mean,
Dude.
look, an 11-3 at M8, it's just simple math, really. I don't know how anyone else got it wrong. Very easy to do.
Seems basic. It seems pretty basic to me.
I'm one of those people that's so smart, I'm uncomfortable in this world.
That's
It's Hiraumi and Goniyama at M2.
Damn, speaking of uncomfortable, I think Hidadumi is in for a rough time. I said that last Basho, and he proved me real wrong. So, I have hope for the little dude. I don't know if he's gonna be able to keep it here.
At M11,
This
he
is the
goes
highest.
9-6. At M8, he goes
Yep.
8-7. Somehow gets put up 4 fucking ranks and goes to M4. And now he's
Yep.
got a 9-6 and goes up 2 ranks. How do you go from
Yep.
M8 to M4 with an 8-7? What happened?
Man, I don't. That was the weird banzuke where there was a big old power vacuum where everybody from M2 to M6 lost.
Yeah, debuted in Top Division 2 years ago and
Yep.
is doing okay.
Yeah, he's
Occasionally
all
gets
right.
stumped. More wins than losses, though.
I like him, because he's got a really, really strong, sticky tachi.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
fast off the gate, gets in there. He's a troubling height for a lot of the big dudes. And believe me, man, as a big guy fighting small guys sucks. I
Yeah.
didn't know how much it sucked. It sucks.
It's so uncomfortable to have to lean down that far, hey?
It's rough, dude. It's weird.
So here to Umi and M2, career high. We don't really know what to expect from him. He only went 9-6 before as well. Goniyama also at a career high. We expect 10 wins from him. He
This one makes sense to me, man. Gonoyama makes sense to me here.
did he pop off last time? He did 10-5. Here's something interesting. Goniyama has picked up a Fusen victory for the last 3 basho.
Really?
That means Hirata Umi is getting injured and having to first in this basho. I'm calling it now. No, that's a weird number. Last time Goniyama was at M3, he went 5-10. But then he only dropped down to M6 and picked up a 10-5. That's a pretty comfortable place to be.
He's just so damn solid.
And he looks like he's improved a lot too.
Definitely. He's one of those guys that has been just a slow, steady, chugging away increase in skill. Like he's had that 5-10, but that was, I think, like the only real big loss that this guy has had in his career. I could be wrong about that, but
Yeah, nothing really stands out on the record. He also hasn't had a long enough career to have an upset like that. Like,
True,
we've got a 2-3-2 in 3rd division, but he pulled out on a Fusen. That's it. He only showed up 3 years ago. He's looking pretty strong.
Mhm.
We like Goniyama, which is
I
why
got
we
hopes
had
for
him at
him.
M2.
Oh,
Right up there with Hirata Umi. We saw those numbers. It makes sense to us. We're the kind of
Total
guys
sense,
who can
total
see an
sense.
8-7 giving you 4 ranks going high and going, I know where that's landing.
Mhm.
M1. This is where things get fun.
spicy.
Tommy Fuji and Daisho. Tommy Fuji, and this is fun to say, back at M1.
Yeah.
Has he had enough time in the oven?
You know what, man? He has been looking less and less nervous the last couple of Basho every single match. I remember, like, half a year ago, he would get up on the dohyo and he would just be, like, terrified, like, visibly shaken. And now, I mean, he's still nervous, he's still visibly nervous, but he doesn't look like he's afraid anymore. So I think he's ready to hang, for sure.
Well, an 8-7 at M2 is very difficult. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like much, but at M2, Like, who's he versing? He beat
Everybody. That's
Kirishima.
all
He
of
beat
Sanyaku.
Takakeisho. He beat Nishikigi. He lost to Hoshoryu and Kotonowaka and Wakamotoharu. So, like, the people he's losing to are going on to Jun Yusho, or get close to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to go 8-7
He's
at
a,
M2 is a big deal. And at M1, it's pretty much the same bracket.
it is pretty much the same. I think you're fighting the harder dudes a little bit sooner at M1, but I mean, yeah, yeah, I think he's ready.
Me too.
I think this is where we're gonna see him floating around for a while. Stanyaku is so deadly, dude.
It's so good right now. Such a good time to sumo, man. Speaking of Sanyaku, Daisho at M1.
Hmm?
10-5 straight back to Sekiwaki. Just a minor blip.
I'd see it. Yep.
Let's take a look at
Yeah,
some
I don't.
Daisho numbers. 10-5 at M1. 13-2 at Komusubi. And then for the Sekiwaki run, 10-5, 9-6, 10-5, 9-6, 9-6. And then he slipped up on one, 6-9. That's only 3 losses short of what he regularly does. 11.
Yeah, that's nothing. I
4,
wouldn't even really
possibly
qualify
a
that as a
12-3.
bad basho.
No. It's just Sekiwaki's a brutal rank.
Yeah. No, he's gonna get wins. He's gonna at least
10-5
minimum
minimum.
9-6.
Jun Yusho contention if he does better than that.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
He's motivated now.
Makes
he knows
sense.
what he did wrong and he's coming back. So, the perfect Sekiwake Daisho looking to reclaim his seat at the table. Which is why I had him at M1, man. Utami Fuji belongs there and Daisho is in the waiting room of M1. He's coming back for it. Crushing these numbers. Now, this is the most exciting rank.
Yes. Yep.
Asanoyama at his long-awaited return in the Sanyaku, and Ono Sato at his Komusubi debut.
Bittersweet.
A lot to say about this, huh?
A lot. In both camps for both of these guys. Asanoyama, couple of days ago, got injured on the Jungyo. Apparently, it's something to do with the ligament that holds his shin muscles in place, or the muscles that are attached to the shin.
Okay.
So he's apparently real fucked up, which is awful. When you make it back to the Sanyaku after grinding away at top division for like a year.
Maybe it's all okay.
I hope so.
I'm hoping
But-
for the best. I can still see some of that Yokozuna Ozeki skill in him, but just not as much as
Definitely.
it used to be.
Yeah.
He is
Well-
still picking up big wins though. So hoping for the best. Expecting it too. Meanwhile,
Yep.
It takes a lot to overshadow a talent like this. Ono Sato has now been in pro sumo for a year, and is at Komusubi.
Yep.
Is at Komusubi.
Yep.
Utami Fuji,
Uh,
after a trip back down to Juryo, set the world on fire with 3 11-4s in a row, and is now struggling at M1. Meanwhile, Ono Sato goes 11-4 at M5. It's his second ever top division basho, and he's a Komusubi.
skilled
What the fuck?
is such an understatement for how amazing this kid is. What a fucking beast.
Yeah, man. Like, what the shit? Had a 4-3 in 3rd division, because 3rd division is hell. In fact,
Yep.
I beat him. Let's take a look. Any names stand out? Toko Hayate? Toki Hayate beat him? Kiho beat him?
Oh.
And some door called Ishinazuki that no one knows about. He's 0-2 to this guy? What the hell?
What? Okay, now I have to pay attention
Oh,
to
I know
Toki
it.
Hayate.
Ishizaki is Asakori.
Yes.
Shikona changed when he made it to
Oh, I just
Juryo.
didn't understand you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
fucking love Hasakoryu. He's great.
he Shikona changed when he made it to Juryo. And
Yeah.
since then, in Juryo, Onosada's beat him twice. So it's a 2-2 head to head. Never mind. It's 0-2 because as Ishizaki, for some reason, DP has it as that. So, Ishizaki undefeated against Komusubi Onosato. Good to know. Onosato,
Yeah,
man.
man. This is hype as hell.
Onosato
This
is
is
a
so
once in
exciting.
a decade talent that somehow got overshadowed by a once in a generation talent in the name of Takara Fuji.
Crazy.
There's a lot going
Crazy,
on in
bro.
sumo right now. For some dude to go
Bro.
11-4 John Yu Show on his second ever top division tournament and that not be what people are talking about takes a literally once in 60 year event to happen of Takara Fuji.
I need to double check something real quick.
Go for it. So I'm very happy with
Because,
both these boys here. And we predicted it too.
are
Onosato
you
and
for
Asano
real?
Yama sitting in Komusubi, man. We crushed it.
So, okay. Just real quick about Atami Fuji and Onosato have not fought yet.
Ain't that something? That's gonna be like day 2 as well.
Yeah,
Ain't that something?
I'm real looking forward to that one, my guy.
Speaking of people who have definitely fought before, Wakamoto Haru and Abi. That's Sekiwake. Sekiwabi, as some people call him.
Pretty good.
I believe the cycle continues. I believe in the 5-10 at Sekiwake, dropping down to M9 for another Yusho. How about you?
Seems to be the way. I uh I don't have much hope that Abi is going to supplant Wakamoto Haru as the East Side Sekiwake after this Basho. Personally, I think that between the two of them, I don't even know what their head to head is, but I think off the top of my head, I think it's Wakamoto Haru. Um,
Let's see if I can dig that up real quick. It is. What do you think it is, real quick, before I tell you?
I don't think it's a lot. I think it's probably like 2-3 in Wakamoto Haru's favor.
It is 9-2 in Abi's favor.
What? Oh, I was way off.
Motoharu just doesn't know what to
What?
do against this guy. They've been
Whoa,
fighting
that's
since
crazy.
Juryo.
You know what? It makes sense to me when I think about it. Wakamoto Haru's best strengths are when he gets onto the belt, and Abi is can just keep him off.
Doesn't let it happen, does he?
No.
So Abi, I think, will struggle at Sekiwake. He has done before. He absolutely crushes it in the lower divisions, getting 13-2 John Yu shows at M15. Wakamoto Haru has absolutely earned his spot at the table.
Mm-hmm.
He has been going positive. Oh, never mind. He went 6-9 3-bar show ago. But if we ignore that, he's been going positive since 3 years ago. 10-5, 10-5,
Yep.
9-6, 11-4, 10-5, 9-6, 9-6. Yeah, we'll ignore that one. 10-5, 9-6. He is absolutely Sanyaku with these numbers. He is going
On
positive consistently at the highest level of the sport.
one of the best.
That's why we had them both at Sekiwake, man. What else do you expect
Oh,
from a guy like that?
oh, it's perfect. It's exactly what I expect.
Alright, the 4 Ozeki. Hoshari is
Yep.
the highest ranked. Koto Zakura changed his name for some reason. I thought he was going to wait till he made Yokozuna to do that. I'm scared. The name Zakura is attached to someone who is not capable of winning. Hitori Zakura? I'm really nervous about this. I'm hoping for the best.
He seems to be the kind of guy that puts a lot of thought into just his life. I really, really hope that he doesn't get in his head about the name change and it doesn't throw him off his groove. Because I could see that happening to him.
Now, there's a lot. That's yeah, that's a fair point. He does have pretty consistent sumo though, but
He does.
look, we'll
Very
see.
strong base, not top heavy. He doesn't get toppled.
Now, here's something that I haven't seen anyone talk about yet: is Takakeisho showing up to the Basho?
Bro.
Because he went
Mentally
eight.
or like actually showing up to
Is
the
he gonna
basho?
be in the building? Because he went eight
Bro.
six one and Fusend on day 14, so
I
he's not Kadoban.
I give it 4 days before we know whether or not Takakeisho is hanging throughout the basho. I think we're gonna know for sure within 4 days of top division.
He's gone 8-7 and then missed the next one before, and that was a year ago. I honestly think he might not show up because he's got that privilege.
I'm not.
And
Yeah,
he looked pretty
yeah.
hurt last time.
True. I wouldn't be surprised if that is what happens. Honestly, I'd like to see Ozeki take advantage of that maybe a little bit more often, because I don't like seeing wrestlers hurt.
Everyone says that until Enho takes a year off, and then you got to wake up at midday. I don't know why I said that. Just to watch him go for a 5th division match.
You know what? I think it's absolutely perfect for me because that's about 6 o'clock.
When's Enho will return. Kirishima is the other one we got to talk about. Coming off of
Yeah.
5'10", he's Kadoban. He did not look good.
Yep.
Granted, there was a lot going on backstage with him that is hopefully cleared up now. His new coach seems to be pretty good. It is Kakuryu, I believe, under a
Yes.
new name.
Yep. Otowayama.
Otowayama. Look, 13-2 U show, 11-4. Kirishima is absolutely capable of going positive. The competition around him is still as brutal as ever, but he still looks like the best guy. If Terunofuji's not there, it's a guaranteed win. I reckon U show contention.
I agree. I think coupled with the stable dissolving from last Basho and recovering from the injuries that he apparently had, I think we are gonna see a Kirishima that is hungry for some wins this time. He's definitely gonna want to stave off the demotion to Sakiwake.
Yeah, definitely.
So at the very least, we're gonna see 8 wins. We have to.
The troubles are behind him now, I believe, and we should be all right.
I agree.
Which is why we had all 4 of them there. Oh, Hoshoryu's the last guy we need to talk about. I love Hoshoryu. He did great. How great did he do? Let's take a look.
Good balance.
11-4 Jun Show. I predict exactly the same thing. What are we looking at? 10-5,
His
11-4,
first-
12-3 U Show, 8-7 for some reason. 10-5,
He
10-4-1, 11-4. It's Hoshoryu time, baby.
got the U show before he got the Junior show.
Has that? That has to have happened before. That makes no sense.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah, right?
Now, if I was smart enough, I would have predicted Higo Hikari as the Yokozuna, but I didn't. So instead, we have Terunofuji as the Yokozuna. And that isn't 100% success rate on our banzuke. We did it.
Bro.
The day 14 legends.
We did it! Without even knowing what the results of the last day would be, we got a perfect 100% banzuke. Goose, what do you say to that?
I say I'm thirsty and need some water after all that talking. But, JJ, you looking forward to the bar show?
Man, yeah, man.
There's so much to look forward to. Can Takafuji live up to the legend? Can Onosato make it to Sekewake this bar show? Toko Hayate and Oshoma, welcome to Top Division. Hope it goes well. Is Tsurugisho alive? Has anyone seen him lately? Does Oho stink? The answer is yes. Tommy Fuji and
Will
Goyama.
Terunofuji make it to the full 15?
Can they fit him through the door? Gonyama and Atamifuji really starting to prove themselves now as some of the bigger next best things have come along and outshined them.
Well,
Something to
look,
worry about.
here's what's gonna happen. We're, you know, I don't think either of those guys are gonna be long for Sanyaku. I really don't.
Like both of them have the potential this Basho to make it. Abi's
Yep.
dropping out. Asaniyama might drop out due to injury. Like the only thing stopping him really is the Sanyaku themselves all going positive.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
we have seen
definitely.
four Sekiwake, four Komusubi in the past.
Well, I was gonna say Atami Fuji. I mean, he's in a position where he can force open a Komusubi slot if he does, like even a 9-6. He'll force
Yeah,
open a third one.
that's a good point.
You know, I they're so close.
I want to end this with one thing in particular.
Sure.
When 42 Opinions were doing their banzuke prediction, I convinced them to follow our strat of 3 Komusubi. And then flipped it
No
on
way.
them. It's shit.